Yesterday, after posting a tweet, as you do, I was browsing some of the replies and I spotted this one. It was a message from someone saying they got banned from Fallout 76. The reason being they were using third-party apps. They're claiming they only were using a reshade, which is like a ENB, or other mods from Nexus. So I found this pretty interesting and I did some digging, and well, that leads me to this video, where it definitely seems like there's something interesting going on with how Fallout 76 has been banning players. After hearing about this one, I actually messaged back and forth with this guy and tried to see if anyone else had been banned, and actually, yeah, a couple of other people were banned for the exact same reason. So that's what we're going to be looking at in this video. If you guys enjoy the content, you can leave a like or subscribe. So doing some digging, I found a couple of other Reddit posts with people in similar situations. It seems like all three of these guys have actually gotten the email from Bethesda saying this: "Greetings, this account has violated the code of conduct and terms of service by cheating. The account was detected to be running a third-party application, which provides an unfair in-game advantage while logging into Fallout 76. They then provide an excerpt from the terms of service themselves, but towards the end you actually do see a very interesting tidbit. If you'd like to appeal this account closure, we would be willing to accept an essay on why the use of third-party cheat software is detrimental to an online game community for our management team to review." Which, okay, just as an aside in this video, is that not hilarious? So seemingly Bethesda's official policy for dealing with people who allegedly cheat in their video game is to have them write an essay for the potential to be unbanned. So now, of course, this does bring into question, could this email be faked? And yes, emails are fairly easy to fake. Do a little bit of inspect element magic and you can make an email look like it came from almost anyone. But the fact that we have 3 instances of this email across 3 different posts leads me to believe it is pretty legit. There are 2 posters on Reddit and the one guy I was private messaging on Twitter. Each of them posted the email and every email says the exact same thing. So seemingly behind the scenes, Bethesda did a bit of a ban wave. These are the only posts I could actually find on the topic. I searched Reddit, I searched the Bethesda forums themselves, and even just a general Google search. But the interesting thing is, all 3 of these people are claiming they don't deserve to be banned. But the other interesting part is, it doesn't really explicitly say why they were banned. Third-party software is a very vague term, and you could definitely see how maybe something could have gotten wrong with that. Reading some of the posts and actually asking some questions myself, I was trying to get to the conclusion as to maybe they were just using the word cheating in third-party software, but actually meant duping or other forms of exploits that can occur in-game. And although a couple of people admitted to using some of these, it really doesn't seem like that was the cause of this. So even though some people took to the comments of these posts to celebrate how the exploiters or the dupers are getting banned, it really doesn't seem like that's what's happening here. It seems like no, this is actually for the use of third-party software. So of course the next question is, what software? So the first person, the user that actually messaged me personally and I was going back and forth with, said the only real things he could have been using are either a reshade or he was actually using that lockpick bar mod. So obviously the lockpick bar mod could definitely be viewed as cheating, but it's not really a third-party software. It's a mod for Fallout 76 running with the game itself. A reshade, if you don't know, basically makes the game look better by making lighting edits. That's a gross oversimplification, but you get the idea. But what it actually seems like might be the culprit for at least these other 2 guys is Cheat Engine. So really all credit for this one actually goes to Reddit user OmniPsycho. He's the one that asked one of the people banned this originally, and yeah, that first person was using Cheat Engine, but he attests that it was only for other games. And even though Cheat Engine has a dubious name, it does actually have a lot of legitimate uses if you just want to kind of cheat in single player games. Specifically, this user says he's using it for Men of War and Company of Heroes. So seeing that information, I actually asked one of the other people who were banned if they were also using Cheat Engine, and they said yeah, they have it on their computer. It's literally on a separate hard drive from Fallout 76, and they don't use it with Fallout 76, but it is installed in the background. And then of course I asked the person who originally messaged me, and he said no, and actually his antivirus software known as Hitman Pro wouldn't even allow that to be working. Well, either way, it seems like for at least the first 2 people, Cheat Engine actually is the cause. There's a post not too long ago, and I actually got this separately verified by somebody else, where basically Fallout 76's anti-cheat will look to see if you have Cheat Engine running on your computer, and specifically it looks for the name of the application. So if it's cheatengine.exe or there's several other variants of that, and of course if you have that running, seemingly it will alert Bethesda, and then we are seeing some bans as a result of that, or at least that's my conclusion for 2 of these bans. So to be clear, exactly how this works behind the scenes at Bethesda isn't clear. Maybe they use some kind of secondary verification, But in essence, what we actually have here are two separate user accounts where people say they were banned, they both do have Cheat Engine installed on their computer, but they didn't use it for Fallout 76. And outside of that, it doesn't seem like any of those other programs on their PCs would have led to this ban. So if this is true and everything's working the way it kind of seems like it's working, that seems pretty crazy. Just having this program running on your computer at the same time as Fallout 76 running could lead to you getting a ban. Even if it's in the background, even if, let's say, it didn't close properly, like Fallout 76 doesn't always close properly, that will seemingly alert Bethesda, and then you can get these manual bans as we've just seen. If that's the case, I don't think I have to really showcase what the issue with that is. Having a program running while another program's running doesn't necessarily mean I'm cheating. And if that truly is the case, that I can't have one program running at the same time as another, then you should probably tell me that ahead of time. And at the same time, maybe these guys are lying. Maybe each of them actually did try and use Cheat Engine on Fallout 76 and they're just not saying it. That definitely seems like it could be a plausible outcome with cheaters getting banned, but also almost all of these guys have admitted to using other exploits. It's not like they're being totally reserved as far as their abuses of this game. They're just saying they didn't cheat through the use of third-party programs. And that still, of course, leaves us with the original person who messaged me. I tried to reaffirm with him that, are you sure you don't have Cheat Engine installed or you don't have it running in the background? And he has confirmed no, and again, that is antivirus blocks those kinds of programs. So that could be even indication of a larger issue. Is having something like a reshade installed, which is fairly common and widely used, a potential trigger for this anti-cheat system? I'm not really sure, but basically from what I'm seeing right now is I think this anti-cheat system, based on the files, definitely has the potential for false positives. We have 3 people coming out saying they were wrongly banned for cheating, and I don't have to really connect those dots for you, I don't think. If you were recently banned from the game, send me a message on Discord. You could even send me an email. I have a link to my Discord down below. I'd be really curious to hear if other people were also affected by this negatively. Obviously, with a sample size of only 3, you really have to take everything with a grain of salt, but it still is interesting.